Black Captain 8 from BHD8 Gaming here, and in today's video we're actually going to focus in on Marvel Snap for the first time on this channel. The foundational video for Marvel Snap, as far as we believe here, is that you should focus on your collection manager. So we're not actually even going to look very much at the game today. We're going to go over the top 3 collection managers that we've stumbled across, give our take on each one of those, and tell you which ones we think we're going to be using from here on out. So let's do it. So the game we're discussing here is Marvel Snap. I'm finished the season pass for this season, waiting until the next one comes around. I'm at collection level 366 right now, so we're approaching Pool 3. We're trying to wrap up Pool 2 at the moment. I love this game. I play it all the time, as we've already said. So let's go ahead and close this out. We'll pull up a collection manager that I used since the beginning here. That's marvelsnap.io. You can go to this website, marvelsnap.io, and you can start using this collection manager. This is a completely free, I don't even think there's premium options for it, deck manager for Marvel Snap. I was actually able to log in with Discord, so you may want to do that if you just like to have your Discord account automatically log you into stuff. It's pretty nice. You can create an account here if you wanted to as well. One of the things about it is that to add your cards to it is pretty manual. I did not really like adding my cards to it. This was the first deck builder and collection manager that I stumbled across. If I go here and go to my collection real quick, you can see these are the cards in my collection. I don't even know if it's completely up to date because it's kind of a pain to go in here. What I have to do is if I wanted to go put like Spider-Man in here, I'd have to start typing Spider-Man, click on him, and it would add it to my collection. That's okay that it works that way. I don't have Spider-Man, so I have to go in there and pull him back out of here. I have Spider-Man Miles Morales, which they don't even have art in here, which makes me think that perhaps this site is not used that well anymore. I did have some cool stuff like most popular decks, featured builders, meta decks, things like that. But if I go in here, you can see a lot of these are 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 3 months ago, 3 months ago, when before this was available for global release. So I don't know that this is completely used anymore. There are 2 other great deck builders and collection managers websites and even tools, and we're going to go jump into those next. So next up on the list is marvelsnapzone.com. I like this one really a lot. It's a really cool collection manager. I kind of just found this one recently. It does have a way to just straight download the game. If for some reason you went to go find a card collection manager before you actually downloaded the game, there is a button up here to download the game, which I thought was kind of cool that it's at least linked to the game that you're going to be playing this with. I haven't seen that out of the other collection managers. What's cool here is it does have a free option and premium options. Premium options will take away the ads mostly and just allow you to support the people who keep up with this site, which if you're going to use this site, I strongly encourage, because this is a really rich site when it comes to information about Marvel Snap. I like this a lot. I kind of got lost in here while I was researching for this video. There's so much. They've got tier lists, they've got metagame stuff, they have these amazing guides for pretty much anything you could want to know in the game. Even over here in the strategy, like when to snap, when not to snap, things like that, movement deck guides, Sandman aggro deck guides, all sorts of stuff to guide you and help you become a better player, not just manage what you have here, is part of why I like this a lot. Now, to put your cards in here is still manual, but way less so than what we just saw. If you've made it through the tutorial, then you have all the starter cards. You can just hit the add all button. It'll bring them in there. If you finished your recruit season, all the cards that you get out of that, you can hit add all. If you've gone from collection level 1 through 14, got all the way through pool 1, which ends at 214, you can go ahead and hit the add all as well, and it'll just pull all those cards in. I thought that was awesome because you will get all of these at some point in time before you move on to the next pool. It's just random the order that you get them. So it's pretty cool they have that button to just go ahead and pull them all in there. If, say, you've been playing this game for like a week now, you're in pool 2 where I'm at, and you never used any of these before, you can just go in and click add all for everything above this, and then just go click the cards that you've gotten so far, because they're random within that pool once you get there to collect these cards. One other thing I really like is if you're trying to find a deck that you want to use, you can go sort by pool 1 decks, pool 2 decks, and pool 3 decks. What I hated about some of the other stuff is that you'll go look for this awesome deck, but it'll be like a card that you can't get until pool 3, which is collection level 486 and above. So you can't really make use of that because you're missing one of the pivotal, if not the linchpin card for that build. I love that you can go in here and say, well, I'm in pool 2. I don't have all the cards, but maybe I can slap together some of these better decks that come out of pool 2. You can come in here and start to go search for the decks that you could build out of pool 2. I don't have Ebony Maw. I don't have Iceman yet. But these are things I can start working towards. If I pick up that card, then I can come in here and actually build out this deck. I love that a lot. I see this being a great tool for serious players who really are interested in learning all of the locations that come around, which ones are the common ones, uncommon, rare, ultra rare locations, because those can drastically sway who wins, because you'll sometimes build your decks around these locations. One of them will really help you or really hurt you, and the sooner you can identify whether you're going to likely have a good or a really bad match, lets you know if you should be snapping or retreating, which really helps you build your rank a lot faster. All in all, great resource here. I like it a lot. I strongly encourage you to use this at least to help you further your understanding of the game. I will be using it for that myself. Now, the last one on my list is great for people who may not be extremely competitive, but still want to manage this stuff, and that is snap.fan. Now, I say that it's not for your super hardcore people, but if you already know all that stuff, if you want to go to the other site to go learn all that stuff, then this one is a fantastic resource. As long as you're not on an iOS device, there is an application you can run called Snap Sync. It is their app that they have here. If you go click the Get Our App button out of your account here, and what that does is it'll leave a little service running. So when you boot up the game, it will automatically pull all of your decks over, all of the cards that you have in your collection, and that'll all be taken care of in the background. You don't have to go do any manual entry for any of that. Not only that, but I like that you can come in here and check out your stats. So right now, my collection level is 366, games played 464, games won 268, games lost 194. So it has all these stats in here. Not just that, but how many cards I have, how many times I've split my cards, what my completion is of my total collection at this stage in the game for me, and how far I am through pool 2 right now. If I hit collection level 474, I'll start hitting pool 3. I'll have all the pool 2 cards. That's great to be able to go see that there for people who are really that interested. And you can even come in here and go look at, say, your card stats if you wanted to see things like that. Now, I haven't really played a lot of games with this in here, so you're not going to see a lot. I don't remember playing a match an hour ago. I don't know where this came from, but this might have been just my most recent match that it pulled in here somehow or something like that. Doesn't make me look very good. I've only played one game on this and I lost it, so that's not cool. But I like, this is the only way that I've seen that I can actually pull my stats into something and just see that. And you can manually play with your collection if you don't like having an app running on there. This has the same way to do that, where it's just get all of those cards that came from pool 1, pool 2, recruit season. You can add all of them here. Now, I don't like the decks that come in here as much. I don't like the deck builder as much as I did like the marvelsnapzone.com website. There's all sorts of stuff in here. As you can see, people have been putting their decks in here. I mean, over the last hour, 2 hours, like over the last day, there's been plenty of decks that have been added. There's all sorts of stuff in here, so it is being used. Maybe I'm just looking for something a little more flashy like I got at the other website. But all in all, I think this is great for your laid back players who want to go ahead and just leave that running on either your Android device or your PC. If you play on PC, Steam, whatever, you can leave the SnapSync application running down there in your system tray, and it will just take care of all that for you. You can go ahead and just hop in there when you need to, instead of being like, oh no, I forgot, I just pulled like 6 cards, I need to go find them and add them to my collection. I think myself going forward, I'm going to use this snap.fan because I'm just going to leave that service running on my computer, let it go ahead and add stuff. I like to see those stats and stuff, but I'm definitely going to go back and use Marvel Snap Zone just because of how in-depth all this stuff is in here. I like to go consume content as much as I like to create it. There's all sorts of cool stuff in here. I want to learn some strategy to get better at it. There's events in here. There's so much cool stuff on this website. So if I had to pick a winner out of this, it would be marvelsnapzone.com. Runner up for me, of course, is going to be snap.fan. And then I don't even know if we should be looking at marvelsnap.io any further because I don't know that it's even being used. The rest of the Marvel Snap content that we're going to create on this channel is going to stem from this as a base. We think that having this collection manager is extremely vital to progressing in the game. Click over here if you'd like to see more content from our channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you to all the amazing people who monetarily support our channel. Choose to live, my friends, and we'll see you again soon.